I think we all have genius within us. We all have some seed of greatness. We all have some absolute genius within us. And I think the problem is that many of us try to duplicate other people's genius, right? And so, with that quote, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, that fish will think it's stupid. You'll call the fish stupid, right? Here's what happens though, evolution is a real thing. That fish will eventually figure out how to climb the tree. And that fish over time will eventually be at the top of the tree, and it'll have the best view, and it'll feel the wind, and it'll feel all the success of being able to climb that tree. But pretty soon that fish is going to realize that it was never meant to be in that tree. And how many times in life do we follow someone else's advice for success, or we do what someone else is doing, and maybe they're getting a lot of likes, or they're getting a lot of engagement, or maybe they're making a lot of money and a lot of recognition, and we go duplicate that, and we're good at it. Because the reality is it's not hard to be good at this human thing, right? But what we find is that down there in the water, life is just kind of smooth and you glide, and it's so filled with colors, and everything is moving in such sync, and you start to miss that, and you start to get a calling. And for some of us, we fall out of the tree and just have this big old splash, right? Midlife crisis, adversity, whatever you want to call it. Some of us, we can slither right back down and ease into the water. However you do it, once you go back to your genius, you find that life tends to flow, just like the water that you were always meant to be in. And even though at the top of the tree, you're top of the tree, it's pretty scary because you're wavering back and forth and you don't have that foundation. And so I think each and every one of us has a level of genius that if we can just tap into and express. For me, I recognize that my genius is my ability to communicate, my ability to de-escalate or maybe ground and bring a common energy to a room. And with that, it allows true connection. If I'm trying to do anything other than that, it feels very, very uncomfortable, and it doesn't feel like the real me. And what I found is that the more and more I can embrace the real me, and I can swim and be a fish, the bigger and bigger the ocean gets, and the more and more life expands for me. So embrace that genius. Doesn't matter what it looks like, just embrace it, and embrace it today.